Hi, you're listening to Book Chat with author Vivian E. Moore.
Welcome, everybody, to this week's episode. We really appreciate you joining us. This podcast really shows us how we can all learn, live, and thrive off of each other. By sharing our knowledge through our conversations, we will impart some knowledge whilst learning ourselves how to progress even further. Here is your host.
Hello and welcome to Book Chat. I am your host, author Vivian E. Moore. I hope everyone is having a great day. I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving holiday. I hope you didn't eat too much. For one, I can honestly say I did not overeat. I did have a great sampling of food on my plate, but I didn't overdo it this year. And although I didn't eat dessert on Thanksgiving, I saved it for the next day, but it wasn't due to overeating. It was because, I was just pleasantly full, so, but I had a lovely Thanksgiving, with family and, some friends and things came by and, unexpectedly, but still, it just added to the holiday, added to the occasion. So, I hope that yours was equally enjoyable. And so we're going to move on right now. Now that we've got that covered, we're going to cover today's show. So the title of today's show is Trifecta, and the topic is the 3 elements of success. And there may be more, but we're just going to talk about 3 of them. Okay? So have you ever wondered how bestsellers are made? Not to say that they're created, but it's something along those lines. And it's not by magic, and that's for sure, but they seem to have the trifecta. You got the great writing, you got great marketing, and then you have the high book sales. It sounds easy enough, right? Well, this isn't always the case for all authors. Most of the time we get 2 of these 3 elements, and we're fortunate, if it leads to the level of success that we desire. And I'm not saying that it's impossible to achieve this goal, because there have been many others who have already accomplished it. But, I'm sure that maybe they had a little help, maybe an agent or even they went the traditional route and had a complete team that covered all these bases for them, all except the excellent writing. Excuse me, I'm still struggling with this drainage stuff, so please forgive me and just bear with me as we go through today's show. But anyway, that skill, the great writing skill, is necessary for every author. Now, you can't slack in that department, because great stories are what interest readers. When they buy your book, it's a sell for you, but it's an investment for them. And you have to think about it along those terms, because, they're spending their money, which that's an investment. And then they're taking the time out of their day to actually read the book. That's an investment. So you want to make sure that they get high returns on their investment. And at the same time, you're also profiting from it. And it's not all about, making the profit, but still, I understand as a writer, profit is one of the main things that you want to see happen for your book. You want to, you want it to be profitable, because we put a lot of time and effort in what we do as well. And so, at the end game, because that is the end game, is to make, to want your book to be popular and profitable. So I don't think that's too much to ask for, but at the same time, we want to make sure that our readers are getting also profiting from the investment that they've made. So let's talk about the trifecta and learn exactly how important it is to have these dynamics on your side. Now, I've often said that a great story is like building a house. First, you'll need a strong foundation to support each level that you add. And then you need strong walls that will enclose the structure, and then the roof to add further protection. Now, in story building, we call this the premise, characters, and dialogue. So now that we've learned what the main ingredients consist of, let's move on to marketing. Promotion and marketing are essential tools for any book or project. And I think of pre-marketing like I do party or wedding invitations. It's the perfect way to announce something spectacular is on the way long before it arrives. Now, if you have a mailing list and that's how you do it, then that's a good thing to do. Now, we've all seen these advertisements hit our email and social media pages. I know I do just about every single day when I go out on my email, and I have several. I always get alerts and notices from authors, new books that are coming out. And most of them are from authors that I've read before, excuse me, and then some are from new authors that I've never read. But I always go out there and check out their stuff, and most of the time it's great stuff, and I'll get the book and I'll read it. But still, if you are on Amazon, or if you have ever purchased anything from Amazon, of course, when you set up that account, you have to put in your email address. And then that's another way that you get alerts for new products, new books, and things of that nature. They come through those, through your email as well. But also when you go to your Amazon page, you'll see those things out there, those advertisements, and them marketing the new authors and prominent authors that are out there. But for new authors, they may need to introduce themselves in another way. Maybe with the sample of their writing to allow readers to better acquaint themselves with who they are, because usually when you get notifications for a book that's on pre-sale, and I see that quite a bit come through my email, and also I see it on social media and things like that, where you'll get those notices for pre-sales, and what that means is that the book hasn't actually it's not actually out yet, but it's coming. So this is their way to let you know that, hey, this book is on its way. You can go ahead and pre-order it if you want to. So that way, you'll be sure to get your copy, just in case they sell out. It could happen. It definitely could happen. But if you're selling it on Amazon, those books are copied by demand, so I don't think they'll run out of books. So you don't have to worry about that. But still, that's a wonderful thing to actually sell out, and it could happen, in a great way. Now, finally, we come to the best part of the trifecta, and that part is book sales. Now, what author doesn't like this tasty treat? Now, the number of books we sell are a testament to all the hard work that goes into story development and creativity. So it is a great honor to know that you have undisputable talent when you can achieve the trifecta of becoming a successful author. Now, and when you hear that word trifecta, usually we identify it with being a triple threat, and we see it a lot in sports where I think Deion Sanders and Michael Jordan, I don't know if they were you could say they were trifectas, because I know they played two sports. I know Michael Jordan did the baseball and the basketball, and I know Deion Sanders did the baseball and the football. So I don't know if he ever did basketball or not. So maybe they wasn't trifecta in the sports, but still they were still triple threats, because they had businesses outside of their their sports game. So I guess they were trifectas. And then you have actors who are actually singers, and they can do multiple things. They're multi-talented. So the trifecta is straight. It's across the board with whatever your profession is, whether you're a writer or if you're a singer, if you do sports, whatever it is that you do, you find a lot of talent. People are talented, in more than just that one thing. They can do, an assortment of things. So I think it's wonderful. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about the trifecta, because, you really don't think of it, in terms of writers. It's like, okay, you write books. So what else you got? You can't, do you sing? Do you dance? Do you act? Or are you just primarily a writer? So how can that be a trifecta? How can you be a triple threat in that? Well, I hope I explained to you today exactly how you can become a triple threat in the writing world. And of course, like I said, it's geared toward first having, a great story, and then second, that marketing, and then third, that leads to the great book sales. That is the trifecta. This is according to me, that is the trifecta. And, some other people may explain it differently in regards to writing, but I'm saying to be a triple threat in becoming a successful author, then you need those three dynamics in order to do that. And I think that anyone who is a writer would agree with me that those are three important factors that you need to be successful, in this game. Because when you think about the amount of authors that are out there, whether they are indie authors or if they are traditionally published, the market is saturated with authors right now. I mean, I bet you every time I go on my Facebook account or my social media in general, there's a new book out there that someone has uploaded, that they're marketing, and you see it. So it just goes to show you how many writers are up and coming, and they want people to see their product, want to see what they're about. And about at least 75% of the time, that is how I'm introduced to new books. I belong to several, I don't want to call them book clubs, but I guess you could call them that. But anyway, they offer, a lot of the authors offer their book for free. And so I get a ton of those. And then, some are 99 cents, some are $1.99, and some are like $2.99 and $3.99. I don't think I've seen anything more than that. But that's one of the reasons why they put it out there. BookBub, BookBub, is one of the most popular ones that's out there. And because they host like from, bestsellers from way back in the day to present ones, and that's how I am familiar with a lot of new authors, because they present their work through them. And, and so it's a great way to, to discover new authors and to read their work. And I do that quite a bit. And I also promote it. I always share any book that I read that, that moves me in some type of way. I always share it with other readers, because I if it's good, I can't keep it to myself. I'll just tell you that right now. I have to share, and I always do. Because that's just the right thing to do. You read a book, share a book, and maybe if you didn't like it, maybe if you shared it with someone else, they may like it. So you never can tell, you can't judge it by yourself all the time, because your taste is different from everyone else's. And I realize that. So it's why I share what I read. All right. So, even if you haven't accomplished this goal yet, don't despair, because it takes time. And if you don't believe me, you can read the articles of some of the most prolific writers of the time who have shared their stories to let you know that, how many times their books were rejected before finally somebody said, okay, it's a winner, it's a go. And, look at them now. So you have to stick with it. You can't give up. You have to stick with it. It may not be your day today. Excuse me. It may not be your day tomorrow, but the thing of it is that you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing forward. For every no, there'll be 5 yeses. So just believe that, just believe that. Or if there's 5 no's to 1 yes, still, as long as you get that 1 yes, I think you're doing good. So anyway, achieving the trifecta won't happen overnight. In fact, it could take years to perfect, but just know all things are possible, especially when we believe in our ability and willing to be patient and always go the extra mile, because it often takes this to become the next success story. All right, folks. So that's all that I have for you today. And I hope you enjoyed today's show. And you can let me know that through the downloads and the listens. I do appreciate it. But before I let you go, I want to make sure that I give you these URLs so you can continue to listen to the show. You can continue to download these episodes and share them, folks. Excuse me. Thank you very much for that. So anyway, the first one is Spreaker, and it is https://www.spreaker.com/user/author Vivian E. Moore. You can also follow me, like me, on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram. On Twitter, it's God's Property 46. On Instagram, it is God's Property 51. You can just type in my name on Facebook, Author Vivian E. Moore, and it will bring up my page. You'll see my face on there. And also you can go to my website, which is https://www.authorvivianemore.com. And also, if you want to read my blog and today's transcript, that will be on Blogspot, and that is https://vivianemore.blogspot.com. And if you missed today's live show, don't despair, because it's recorded live and you can listen to it on Spreaker, as well as Spotify, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Deezer, YouTube, oh my gosh, SoundCloud, and there is another one, and I can't remember the name of it, so don't sue me. But anyway, there are at least 7 or 8 platforms where you can get the show. And all you have to do is type in Book Chat with Author Vivian E. Moore, and then it'll take you straight to all the episodes. So they're there for your listening pleasure. All right, so I hope everyone is planning on going to church tomorrow, and because it's First Sunday, it's Communion Sunday, and taking some family members with you, some friends, some neighbors, and most definitely some children. And guys, remember to tell everyone that you come in contact with, family, friends, neighbors, that you love them, because today may be the only chance you get to say it, So on that note, I love you. I hope you love me back. Until the next time you hear my voice, God bless you and goodbye.
Loved what you've heard on this week's episode? Well, the answer is simple. It would mean the world to us if you could head over to iTunes and leave us a 5-star review and feedback. Spreading the word really is the best way to grow our podcast and achieve even greater things. Thank you.